I can't handle this any longer. I'm going to have you quit your job and go take care of my family. I've had enough of dealing with them, and I am not going to go back to their place ever again to help them.
What? What's gotten into you, Ron?
Don't act as though I haven't been feeling this way about them for the longest time now. I remember a long time ago that I told everyone that I wasn't going to be able to care for my parents on my own. Yet, even though you're my wife, you've done nothing to help me. And because of me having to be with them all the time, I have burned right through a lot of this year's earnings. I'm at my limits now. I have done my very best for my parents. So now it's your turn to do your part.
Wait a second though, Ron. That isn't the same as what we promised each other before. We said that we'd promised to take care of our own parents as they got older and needed our help, right?
Excuse me?
You were the one that wanted to make that promise in the first place, right? 5 years ago, when both my parents came down with something serious and needed us to care for them for a little while, you told me you wouldn't dare come over with me to help and told me no. You said that we should only have to take care of our own parents and no one else's. And you followed that by saying you're my husband and I should respect your choice.
Oh, well, that was...
And that's why for the longest time I've been caring for my parents all by myself. They live pretty far from here, so I have to run over to their place every day, taking away around 3 hours of my time. I remember when they first started asking for help, I had to be over at their place all night and only got around 2 hours of sleep between work and them. You are well aware that I took care of them all on my own. So this time it's going to have to be you that sacrifices a lot to have to be with your parents.
Shut up! Your parents never required nearly as much attention as my parents do. Compared to how much you had to put in taking care of your parents, my parents require at least 10 times the effort. So that's why right now I'm no longer going to follow that promise we made back then.
Huh?
Your parents passed away not too long ago, right? So adding that all up, you only really had to care for your parents for around a year or two. Your mother then passed away first, followed by your father after that. Well, my parents are not as easy as them. It will be around a lot longer and require way more attention from you. Right now, they are both suffering from early stages of dementia, but their health is still really good, so they'll be around for at least another 5 years. But I don't want to be the one that has to sacrifice all my time and money to be with them for that long.
I feel as though you can't compare whose parents are harder to take care of, Ron. We both agreed that we'd only have to take care of our own parents, so that's what we'll do. You cannot take back what you promised.
But my parents are like your parents as well now, right? After all, you are the one that married into my family, and that means you're going to have to care for my parents from now on until they can both kick the can.
Do you think I'm going to follow along with that selfish assumption of yours?
Shut up, Jill. You are my wife, and I will not take you talking back to me. I'm very serious about being done with all this caring for my parents crap, so I'm going to have you take over for me now. You are going to quit that job of yours and become a housewife. And then, in my place, you're going to start taking care of my parents when they need you.
Are you kidding me? You want me to quit my job just to be there to do your job? Not only are you forcing me to take care of them for you, but you want to take me away from my job as well?
You've seen it yourself already. It's impossible to work both a job and care for aging parents. And I can't have you slacking off from caring for our house as well. So you're going to become a housewife and do all the chores here before you go out and care for my parents. I'll be free to finally get back to work and start making more money for the both of us.
You do know that I love the hell out of the job I'm currently doing now, right? Yet you think it's fair to take that happiness away from me all because you're too selfish to help your own parents? At this point, just hire someone to go to your parents and care for them. There's all kinds of services out there now that you can hire to care for your parents in their home. And if you don't want to do that, there's no problem with putting them both into a retirement home.
What are you talking about? All those things are a huge waste of money. You really think I'd be willing to hand over some of my money for something my wife can just do as well? I'd rather you go ahead and just quit your job and then start doing all the chores for us, as well as watch over my parents for me.
Well, have you ever thought about quitting your own job to go care for your parents full time?
Are you a freaking idiot? I make way more money in a year than you do. There's no way I'd give up my income to rely on someone who's making pocket change like you. Anyway, what I've said to you today is an order from your husband. You are only going to focus on doing housework and caring for my parents from now on. Before you leave work today, tell your boss that you're quitting.
Hey, Lauren, it's been a while. Sorry to have to talk with you about this out of left field, but I have some things I'd like to ask about regarding your parents. The first thing I'd like to ask is if you'd be willing to work together with me when I begin taking care of your parents. Huh? You already know that that's not going to happen. I have a life and a job of my own that I'm busy with. And when it comes to taking care of my parents now, shouldn't that be something my brother is handling? Stop trying to ask his little sister to watch them when that's his responsibility. But right now it seems that Ron has had enough of that responsibility. And he's even at the point where he's asking me to quit my job and watch them full-time for him. He thinks that I should be the one to sacrifice my life to be their caregiver. So instead of him having to be pushed to his limits with them, and instead of me having to quit my job for them, how about all three of us take time out of our weeks to care for your parents and keep everyone from having to sacrifice anything? Wait. It's times like these where the wife should step in, right? You should be willing to sacrifice yourself so that both my brother and I don't have to work ourselves to death. Now, go ahead and do your best with my parents, Jill, and just leave the two of us out of it. What? And from what I've heard, you already have experience in caregiving from when you took care of your own parents, right? I think it's best that you take care of them for us, as I have no idea what I'd have to do to help them. Really? So even you're going to start acting as though I need to be the only one caring for your parents? Then can you at least chip in for all of us to get your parents some hired caregivers? At least then none of us would have to go over there to be with them all the time, and I wouldn't have to quit my job. We can hire someone to watch them during the week, so please help pay for that. What? Why the hell should I be helping pay for that? And right now, with the life I'm living, I don't have the money to hand over to hire some caregivers I don't know. I'm not going to be helping care for my parents, and I most definitely will not be paying for someone to. Are you kidding me? Stop trying to push your responsibilities on others now, Jill, and just do your job as Ron's wife and care for my parents. You are his wife after all, so stop coming to me with things that will only stress me out. Quit your job and take care of my parents. Now that's it from me, and I'm leaving both my mom and dad in your hands. Hey, Jill. I hear that you started to take money away from my parents, and I am not going to let that continue happening. All you do is sit around on your butt all day, so why should they pay you anything? Huh? Lauren, what the heck are you talking about? I don't think that I'm sitting around all day and am forcing your parents to pay me anything. Stop trying to hide what's going on over there from me. I already know everything about what's really happening with my parents and you. I know that you asked them to pay for you to care for them, and that they are currently paying you around $2,000 a month for that. I guess that someone might have said something to you about that. But that money that they pay me is something that your parents and I talked about thoroughly and has nothing to do with you. I was the one that had to quit my job in the first place to come care for them, right? So when both your parents heard about that, they came to me wanting to negotiate a price they'd pay me to work for them. But right now you're getting too much from them. Why do you get to make $2,000 a month doing practically nothing? I know that the two of them are healthy enough to care for themselves by the way they looked when I've come over the past few times recently. Neither one of them look as though they have any signs of dementia or any other sickness. So why are they having to pay you when they're both well enough to take care of themselves? Wait, have you actually been coming over here to see your parents recently? Both my brother and I are worried about our parents. And we wanted to know just how bad their dementia might have become in the past couple of months. But when I came over to see them just the other day, both my mom and dad looked like their normal selves. Do they really need you there caring for them? And why the hell do they have to be forced to pay you that much for nothing? I'm not going to let you get any more money from them when all you do is just sit around in the house doing absolutely nothing. You have it all wrong, Lauren. It's just that recently their symptoms haven't been as bad. But normally they have a hard time dealing with their dementia and need me to do all kinds of things for them. Huh? They've actually been getting a lot worse this past month and have only been looking okay this week. There are times where if I don't keep my eyes on them at all times, they'll leave the house and wander the neighborhood. And multiple times now they've forgotten who I am and will start to yell at me to leave their house and leave them alone. It's really not been as easy as you think these days. And it's not just one of them that's like that, but both of them. Stop trying to lie to me. I already told all of what I saw and heard about you to Ron. And when I told him about those things, he told me that he had no clue you were taking $2,000 a month from them. And because he didn't agree with you getting money from them, he's pissed. You've got to be kidding me. The whole reason that your parents and I never told him about how they started to pay me for my services is because he was the one that forced me to quit my job in the first place to take over his responsibilities. Not only have you had to do nothing for the past 2 months as a housewife, you've also been stealing $2,000 from my parents a month. As far as I'm concerned, you are nothing more than a parasite feeding off everyone around you. Did you just call me a parasite? I did. You've already been living off everything my brother is making for you, yet now we've learned that you've been taking money from my parents as well for doing nothing. All of that is a textbook parasite move. And because of all that, Ron doesn't need you as his wife anymore. I'm going to have you divorce my brother right now. What? Divorce Ron? If I had known that they'd be able to give me $2,000 a month, I would have started caring for my parents the moment you asked me to. It would have been the perfect job for me. All I'd have to do is sit around the house with my parents all day and make $2,000 for that. And I'd be able to take whatever day I want off and be able to finally go to all those concerts I've been wanting to see. I think I'll be taking your spot now as their caregiver, and that means you'll need to go. You are being fired now as their caretaker, and I'll be getting that sweet $2,000 a month from them now. I'm really pleased to hear that you're finally willing to come and care for your parents for me. But why do you have to ask me to divorce your brother for that? Because you do nothing for this family and will be completely useless after I take your job caring for my parents. What? Are you sure you have all your facts straight to be asking something like that from me? I can tell you that after I take your job, you're going to want to get back out there to find another job again. But at your age, there aren't going to be any companies willing to pay you well enough for your efforts. In other words, there's no use for you anymore besides cleaning the toilet, and my brother can do that himself. So I think you leaving my brother would be the best thing for him. You're lying, right? You're now going to come and finally take care of your own parents only because you heard that I was being paid for it, and then think that because I will no longer be caring for them, I have no use in your family? What the hell is wrong with both you and your brother? I'm not in the mood to sit around all day listening to you complain about the truth. Hurry up and get the hell out of our lives, you parasite. I'm going to make sure that you're divorced from my brother after doing nothing for him or my parents. Thank you so much, then. Good luck caring for your parents. Huh? I'll make sure to get all those divorce papers signed and handed in for you. And I really do mean it when I say thank you for all of this. You have finally given me a fresh start to a brand new life. Wait a sec. What the heck? You're being told to divorce your husband right now, yet you're thanking me right now for that? Have you gone completely crazy or something? You should be telling me right now that you don't want a divorce and are willing to give me all your money to stop me from forcing you to leave my brother, right? No. Anyone in my shoes would be happy to hear this kind of thing from you and be thanking you. I mean, you're finally saving me from living in the hell that was caring for your parents. I've never been this happy before. Huh? It was hell caring for my parents? You really thought it was hell caring for two perfectly healthy adults? Well, I'm sure things will be a lot harder for you than you think, so good luck. When it comes to the symptoms of having dementia, they're some of the worst of any sickness, and you'll soon learn just how hard it is caring for two people that have it. You'll be asked over and over again for food, even though you just fed them, and at times they'll forget who you are or where they're at and start yelling at you because of it. There are even times they call the police because they don't recognize you, and you have to explain to the police that they are both suffering from dementia. Good luck, Lauren. You are going to have to do a lot of apologizing to all sorts of people because of them, but you'll get used to it. Huh? And just be aware that every day, including weekends, you'll have to be at their house bright and early to start caring for them, and won't be able to leave or sleep until around 10 p.m. every night. And don't forget that when you're not caring for your parents, you'll have to be doing chores around the house and preparing their next meals. You are going to have no days off and will only be making a mere $2,000 a month. To someone like me, that kind of money is pocket change. But to hear that you think that kind of money is worth it for all that work, it really warms my heart. Wait a second, Jill. Having to apologize for them and having the police called all the time? Do my parents really cause that kind of trouble for you all the time? They sure do. And compared to when your brother was looking after them, your parents' dementia has gotten way worse. That's why I was hoping to have him around to help me, but he told me that since I'm a housewife, I should be able to handle everything on my own. And after that, I never got any kind of help from him. And are you aware that I never asked to be a housewife in the first place, right? Which means that I was going through all this hard work with little merit. You're lying, right? I'm sorry for talking a bunch about myself and your parents again. I'm sure listening to me tell you about all this stuff won't teach you anything, and that you'll be better off experiencing everything firsthand. Now I'm going to get started on divorcing Ron, and you can get started on watching your parents.
Hey, Jill, what the heck is up with this divorce paperwork? When I got back home from work, there was a bunch of filled out paperwork for divorce on the living room table.
I heard about everything from Lauren. There's no need for me as your wife anymore since I'll no longer be caring for your parents, and I won't be able to make enough money with whatever job I find now, right? So I'm only doing as you guys have asked and am leaving you. Why are you acting all surprised over that?
A divorce? Are you an idiot or something? You should be apologizing to me right now for what you've done and handing me all that money that you've earned from your parents to me. And I was going to stay quiet about how useless you are and let you back into my house after all that.
So you both are only upset about what's happened because you wanted the money I made from your parents? But I'm sorry, Ron. That money was earned by me for caring for both your mom and dad. I have no plan to give you the money I've earned and will be divorcing you now.
I'm not screwing around right now. If you were to divorce me, then what'll happen to my parents?
I thought you already knew that your sister would be taking over for me. She said that she's going to be their caregiver now since she can earn $2,000 from them each month.
Well, then what about me? Who will care for me? Who's going to make my food for me every day and do the chores here?
I don't freaking know, you dunce. You should be able to do that sort of stuff yourself.
What?
I don't see you suffering from dementia right now, and you can still move around on your own without any help. So that means you can do all the chores and cooking yourself, right? You can't just expect to push all that work back onto me now that I'm no longer caring for your parents. Oh, wait, does this mean that you're the real parasite now since you can't seem to take care of yourself without your wife?
Huh?
When I'm gone, there's not going to be anyone around for you that'll be willing to care for you as though you're some kind of old man. So you're going to have to learn how to take care of yourself again as a single man. Because things will only become harder for you as you grow older and find it harder to remember things or walk on your own. Unless you start saving now for the future where you'll need to be put into a home or hire someone to come to the house and take care of you. I know that I'll have to do that now since I won't have a husband around to help me anymore. Although it's not like you were helping me in any way in the first place. Anyway, good luck to the both of us as we begin our new lives as single, middle-aged adults. I never thought it was going to be this tough taking care of two people with dementia, and only making $2,000 a month for all this work is not enough. And it's gotten to the point now where every day I'm spending close to 24 hours here watching over them and doing everything around their house. If you have the time to come to me with this sort of crap, then you have the time to ask your brother to come help you, right? He is your brother after all, so you both should be able to work together to deal with your aging parents. Even if he does come to help, he's so full of himself that he makes me do all the hard work while he sits around doing the simple stuff. Anytime I ask him to help with anything that isn't watching them sleep or dusting the shelves for the 500th time, he tells me that he can't be asked. Cleaning their bathroom is nasty and should be done by me. I don't know how to cook any meals. He's pretty much forcing me to do everything for them. Well, if that's too much for you, then hire someone to come care for them. Or you could put them into a retirement home. You both can split the cost for that, so it shouldn't be out of the question, right? But if I do that, then the $2,000 I make each month will go away. I do not want to lose the money that I'm making right now. What? So please, come help me, Jill. You were able to care for them all by yourself, right? You can be here to help teach my brother and I how to do the more difficult things when we ask, or even allow us to do the easy things while you handle the harder tasks. Everything is difficult when it comes to caring for those with dementia, Lauren. You're just going to have to learn to deal with it all. But I was thinking that this kind of work would be a piece of cake and I'd be making $2,000 to do nothing. I was supposed to be making $2,000 a month to sit here in this house with my parents while they took care of me. Weird to think that you'd be willing to do all that after calling me the parasite. Well, I'm sorry that all of this caregiving work is getting to you, but it's too late now to back out of it, so good freaking luck.
Please, I really need you to come and help. If things keep going like they have been, then both Lauren and I are going to drown. I have been working non-stop at my parents' house helping Lauren care for my parents now, and have had to take pretty much every day off work now to be here. It's to the point that my higher-ups are starting to question me, and are thinking of cutting my salary. And not just that, but want me to move to a different office outside of town, and that will put me almost 3 hours away from my parents' house.
That is such a nice company you work for. If I were them, I would have just fired you for calling off all the time and never being around anymore.
Why are you saying that with such happiness? I was finally getting back to my life of having a really good income again. I've worked for years now, putting all my time into my current position with all those raises I've earned. And now it's all going to vanish. At this point, the only things that are going to work for us all now is if you come back here and start caring for my parents again.
Really, Ron?
Recently, there hasn't been any break in the work Lauren and I have had to do, and we are both getting to our breaking points. I really want to go back to working my very best at the job I have before they choose to move me and cut my pay. So you have to come back here to help us or we'll be screwed. I mean, we ended up getting a divorce from one another, so things must be tough for you as well now, right? You ended up being a housewife in the end, and I'm betting that finding a job has been horrible for you now, right? So you should be happy to be able to come back to my side and be my housewife again, right?
I'm sorry, Ron, but I'm back working for the company you had me quit from. To tell you the truth, I never actually quit like you asked me to.
What?
I just told my boss that I'd be taking a couple of months off to care for family, and the moment we got a divorce, I was right back into work doing my job. And of course, I'm making the same salary that I was making before I took time off. Did you really think that I was going to let you boss me around and make me your housewife? No way, Ron.
Hey, what do you mean, Jill? I remember telling you to quit your job and come be my housewife, right?
Why would I ever listen to what you asked of me when it's that selfish of an order from you? To keep you from realizing that I really hadn't left my job, I told my boss about what you had said, and he told me that he'd allow the time off to take care of family because he was not okay with what you were doing. He even told me he'd let me have up to a year off to care for your parents while keeping my job if needed.
What?
But I didn't even need a whole year off because your little sister came in to save the day and take my job from me. My boss was so happy to hear that I was no longer being forced to care for your parents, and we celebrated that day. After the past few months, I've even been paid for my time off, and will have more than enough in my savings come the time that I am too old to work and care for myself. And to be honest, I don't ever plan on coming back to be your wife.
What? I'm the one that has to lose most of my salary soon and will be forced to move to another office. You get to walk away from all this without any consequences?
Well, if you didn't want any of this to happen, then maybe you should have kept your promise and cared for your parents. I had it hard enough having to care for both my parents on my own before they passed. And so now it's supposed to be your turn, but you forced your turn onto me and made me go through twice as much work. I think it's fair that you get to lose a portion of your salary and have to be moved to a farther away office after doing that to me. So quit all of this freaking complaining and go deal with your sister and parents.
But that's...
If you really want to keep the job that you have now before your higher-ups make their final decision, then you hire someone to watch your parents for you and shut the hell up. I'm tired of hearing you constantly complain about not wanting to do this or not wanting to do that, and only wanting a life where you get to think about yourself. You're a grown man now, Ron, and you need to start realizing that you have to be responsible for more than just yourself now. But if you're still going to continue to act like a selfish prick about all of this, then stop complaining to me at least and go complain to someone who actually gives a crap.
Jill?
They are your frickin' parents, Ron. They sacrificed all sorts of things to raise you and put you where you are now, so go repay the favor and care for them in their last days. And if that's not going to be possible for you, then at least have the dignity to hire someone to do your job for you. I'm done with listening to you and your sister complain all day and night about your responsibilities. I'm just a stranger to you all now, so goodbye, Ron. After that, both Ron and Lauren talked more about what they were going to do with their parents and decided to have them both moved into a home. But after only a few days of being housed in that retirement home, both their parents caused more trouble than it was worth for the facility and were sent back home to be cared for by Ron and Lauren. Had they just sent them to the home when they were both less affected by dementia, then they would have probably gotten away with leaving their parents there. But since they waited too long and forced me to do their jobs, their parents were too far gone and couldn't be handled by anyone besides the two of them. To me, this is all well-deserved by them, though, and that makes me very happy to say. After getting their parents back from the home, Ron was no longer able to work long enough anymore, and was forced to work on the smaller office outside of town with a large pay decrease. And as for Lauren, she was no longer able to go to any of those concerts she was excited for, as caring for her parents wore her out too much and she lacked the energy to get out of the house.
Hey, how much do we spend on eating in a month?
You never cared about the food expenses. Why the sudden interest?
It came up when my colleagues and I were having small talk. So, how much?
Depends on the month, but around $420.
420? That's too much! Make it less from this month.
That's impossible. I'm already trying to manage it as I possibly can.
My colleagues spend way less than us. Why can she do it and you can't?
How should I know? Why don't you ask her how she's managing it? And what she cooks for herself daily, then I do as you say.
Fine, I'll get the details. Follow them.
All right, but still, why all of a sudden? Even if the subject was brought up, forcing me to cut costs, did someone put you up to it?
We're thinking of having a second child, yes?
Yeah, Maya will be off to school in a few, and she wants a brother or sister.
Right, not only for her. Before we were married, we agreed on having kids. But with kids comes money, and we were short on savings.
We've managed so far, and we have quite a large sum now. I've been saving where I can here now. You've been working hard for us too.
But it's still not enough. What if something happens?
If you say so.
It's your job to manage the accounts, since you're not working. Sarah, how much did you spend on food last month? Is it down to around $70?
$70? No way. We brought it down to around $350.
What? Only that much? Why?
Why? I did everything just as your colleague said to. Well, mostly. There were some that were impossible to do.
Isn't your job as a housewife to make all the impossible things possible?
Easy for you to say. Every household is different. Sure, your colleague had some really good ideas, like make your own vegetables or buy groceries with coupons, but there are just things that can't be done.
Like what?
Like get milk from your aunt's farm, or ask your fisherman cousin if there's some trout to spare. There's no way that would work out on us. We don't know anyone who's a farmer or a fisherman.
You're from the rural areas. Can't you do something about it?
But I didn't grow up near a farm or a port, so no. There were some family-owned gardens, and that's about it.
Well, you're useless.
How dare you call me useless? What about you? You grew up in a port town. Don't you have any relations?
I don't.
Then we're both useless. Your colleagues had a lot of help from her family, according to the list she gave us. That's how she's managed to keep her food expenses low.
Then how can we cut down with the expenses?
How the hell should I know? Maybe if you stop drinking every night at home, you might make friends with some farmers or fishermen. I doubt they'll give us food, though.
Right, Then you go make some friends.
What?
Well, I can't cut drinking out of my life. Do something about it.
You know I can't. It's way more realistic for you to sober up.
I work all day to support you. You're telling me to give up my only relaxation?
You could find something else to get relaxed. Or maybe considering to drink less, like weekends only.
I would never give up my drinking. And if I were to, let's say, take away Maya's snacks also,
What the hell?
you're giving her way too much anyways. She's still only a kid. She doesn't need snacks. She'll grow up to be fat like you. Girls are always attractive when they're skinny. Make her have a diet.
I can't believe you're serious. For your information, Maya does not have her snacks every single day, and it's not even a lot.
Even so, cut it down. Do you understand? I'm getting back to work.
Wait, Tyler!
How much was last month's food expense? You had some help from the neighbors, no? Should have gone down quite a sum.
$210 last month.
$210? Better than what we started with, I guess. Down by half. But you can cut out more, can you? The aim is $70 a month.
The hell? There's no way I can cut down anymore.
Why are you giving up? My colleague was able to do it.
The neighbors helped us out of sympathy. They were sorry for Maya having to survive with no snacks. I can't go around begging for food every month. That's too pathetic.
Neighbors are supposed to help each other out. Tell them that and they will.
Then we need to give back the favor for helping us out last month.
What? Do they need our help with something?
Not that I heard of.
Then you don't need to give them anything back. You only need to help your neighbors when they're in need.
That's not how it works. You don't know because you're out working all day.
I work my ass off for you. Isn't that not enough?
Just because I'm a housewife doesn't mean I only do house chores. You never take care of our kid, so I'm bringing up Maya alone. And getting along with the neighbors isn't that easy.
Getting along with one of the neighbors is one of your chores.
I also have to put on a good face with Maya's friend's mom. 1 foot out of the line has its costs. Who knows what will happen to Maya then? Have you ever thought about her future?
I work to support you and Maya. I give up my weekends for family time. What more do you want from me?
What do you mean by giving up your weekend? Don't you see that mindset alone is wrong? Don't you want to be involved with your own child's life?
She's the one who doesn't want me involved. She wants her mother.
Of course she'll be attached to me. I take care of her every day. You only talk to her when you feel like it. Her rejection is no wonder. Try talking to her persistently. She'll warm up to you.
Why am I the one that has to try? I keep the roof over her head.
That's nothing to be proud of. It's the parent's duty to bring up a child.
Shut up! Make do with 70 this month. If you can't, go around the neighbors for help. How much was the expenses last month?
$280.
280? Why has it gone up?
Because last month was summer break and Maya didn't have kindergarten. She had to eat lunch at home, and I can't exactly beg for food around the neighborhood anymore. I did my best to get discounted foods in the local market, but
Didn't your mother send us some food? What happened to that?
we ate it all.
Why didn't you ask for more?
I told you I haven't got the nerve to do that.
They're your parents. It's their job to provide their children. They expect children to be selfish.
Then why don't you ask your parents? By the way, your parents didn't give a thought when I told them about your obsession with cutting food expenses.
Are you bumming my parents?
The fuck? You expected me to bum my parents or the neighbors.
Don't be cheeky with me. Fine then. This month's food budget is $7. Work with that.
So you're fine with eating bean sprouts every day?
Huh?
You heard me.
Yeah, I'm okay with steak and bean sprouts.
The hell? Who said anything about steaks?
What?
I said bean sprouts only. We still have some seasoning left, but if I use that up, there'll be no options other than boiling.
You're kidding, right?
You don't go grocery shopping, so you wouldn't know this, but buying some fresh veggies and meat can easily use up $7. But bean sprouts are a bit cheaper than most vegetables, so we can manage for a few days.
Are you seriously going to serve bean sprouts? Without steak?
Yes, I am. A bag of bean sprouts is about 14 cents. We can go 50 for $7 a month and split it between the three of us.
50 bags for 3. Okay.
That might sound a lot, but there's 30 days to this month. So we can use up to 1.6 bags a day. Split it to 3 times a day and sustain 3 people. Here's the question. How many sprouts can one person eat a day?
Sprouts? Is my portion going to be that small?
There will be days when I have to pack Maya's lunch. You'll be eating bean sprouts that I packed for you this month as well.
What? Can I eat at the cafeteria or at restaurants?
Hell no. Your lunch money also came from our food expenses. Oh, and I have to tell the kindergarten beforehand that we're to be sustained only on bean sprouts this month because of my husband, lol.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please don't make me eat only bean sprouts for a month.
That's alright by me. You never do housework or spend time with your child. Don't you ever tell me what to do in this house. Understood? Tyler, what the hell did you tell your mother? She was so mad at me on the phone.
I only told her about our conversation over lunch today.
You only told her the bits that were to your advantages, huh? Coward.
Who are you calling a coward? I told her word for word.
Oh, but she was surprised. How can you only serve your husband bean sprouts for lunch?
It's the truth.
You didn't tell her that you were planning on a $7 food budget this month and told me to beg around the neighborhood for food.
Okay, maybe some details got left out.
Well, I told her everything.
What?
Your mother hung up the phone so embarrassed. She didn't apologize. That was annoying. I guess apples don't fall from the tree.
What do you mean by everything?
Mainly about your behavior. At first, she believed in her own son. But gradually, she caught on all the shitty things he's done. And then hung up so abruptly. Lol.
So basically you harassed her.
Where did that come from? I only told her the facts.
Going against both your husband and his mother in the process, that's why you're a failure as a wife.
Like I care. Your ideals for a wife are too unrealistic to achieve, lol.
What?
Careful, or you would be eating bean sprouts every day. You wouldn't want that now, would you?
You threatening me? You seem to act like you're superior to me, but that won't go long.
What are you planning on doing now? I'm not letting you touch a hair on Maya's head.
I'm not giving you any more money. From now on, I'll be managing the accounts.
And how are you planning on doing that? You don't have any domestic experiences.
If you can do it, so can I. I'll put it off. From this month. For now, do with the money I'm giving you. And bean sprouts are not an option. Hey, Sarah. Where the hell are you? The lights are out in the house. You and Maya are gone. We're playing hide and seek, are we? Come out, wherever you are.
Maya and I, we're staying at my parents' house. And we're never going back to that house.
What do you want about?
You're happy as long as you have your daily alcohol, not caring about our welfare.
You knew I've been drinking?
Since you started to manage the accounts, you've been out drinking a whole lot more. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going out, lol.
Well, I put money to the house. I keep the roof over your heads. A little pint of beer won't hurt anybody. In fact, I have the right to be rewarded for my hard work.
If only it were a little pint. You're strict on everybody else but yourself.
What did you say?
I am no longer in need your financial support.
And what do you mean by that?
I told you we won't be going back to that house. Don't you get it? I'm leaving you.
What? Are you serious? You can't divorce me. Don't be full of yourself.
Can't you find it yet? I left the signed divorce papers for you on the kitchen table.
Huh? Oh my god. Are you really serious about this?
That's what I've been telling you. Stop making me repeat myself.
What are you going to do with Maya's kindergarten? You can't make her go there from your parents' house. It's too far.
No worries. I already filled out and turned in the transfer papers. She'll be starting a new kindergarten next week.
And she's okay with that? She can't just leave her peers.
I'm so glad she's an extrovert. She was sad at first, but soon enough she got excited to meet new kids.
No problem there then. How about work then? You can't bring her up without the money. Are you going to bum your parents? You hated the very idea.
Oh, that? I'm going to be helping out my dad's bakery. He needed the help and he's paying me for my time, of course. It's a win-win for the both of us. Lol.
No problem there too.
Yup. I'm not only divorcing you, I'm charging you for alimony and child support.
Alimony and child support? Why should I? Alimony is for when there's an affair.
Alimony can be charged in mentally abused situations as well.
Mentally abused? I never abused either of you.
You're thinking of straight-up violence. It's not. You won't give us money to live. Even if you did, it wasn't enough. There are reasons enough to charge.
For that only?
You seem surprised, but cutting expenses when knowing your family will suffer is a dick move. And while using money freely for yourself, how would you feel when that's forced upon you? Try and live with that little money. Could you do that?
So you're saying a man can't manage his own money?
I didn't say that. If you'd given us the right amount, there wouldn't be any complaints. Which in your case, didn't happen, verifying from $7 to $70 a month.
But you managed.
I didn't. How could I? I had to take money from my savings account. And I had to take help from my parents. I was desperate to survive. There is no way I managed.
I didn't know that.
I've been telling you over and over, we couldn't survive with that little money. But you ignored me and went on spending for yourself. This is why I can't do this anymore. Sign the divorce papers and get on with it, will you?
Wait, Sarah, I just wanted for us to have a simpler life. For our future. For our family. Please understand, Sarah.
You say stuff about family when you yourself wasn't bothered to take care of them. Do you even hear yourself? You've done basically nothing for us. Because you're working, because you're paying for our expenses, so the housewife could do everything else? I can't live with a person who thinks like that. Fuck you. Try and live by with $7 a month. I blocked my husband's number after that and got a lawyer to talk with him. As a result, I successfully got the alimony money and child support. The divorce papers went through, so I'm a free person. According to our mutual friends, his company found out the reason of the divorce, so he's having a hard time at work being alone. He sold the house and moved in with his parents. The neighbors talk, of course, so his mother's stressed out on all the gossip. I don't know what'll happen in his future, but for now, I have my daughter, my supportive parents, so I'm enjoying my life to the fullest.
Hey, just curious. How's my mom doing it? Is she still alive or has she finally kicked the bucket? I mean, please don't tell me that old bag of bones is still kicking around here. That'll be just too much. When is she finally going to give it a rest?
Sorry, what? What is that even supposed to mean? I mean, are you really saying that about your own mother? I'm sorry, but that just seems too cruel a way to talk about family, even for someone like you, Ted.
Well, I heard that she called for an ambulance to go to her house recently. So is that true? Did she really have to go and do something like that? What happened? Please tell me that it was something serious. I really need some good news in my life right now. I mean, when I first heard that she called the paramedics to her place, I figured that must have meant that her disease finally worsened, and that she finally bit the dust, maybe. But I don't really know, so I really want you to confirm this information for me. Please tell me about why my mom called the ambulance to her house. I just have no actual idea why she would be going and doing something like that.
So you heard about the ambulance, but you're not even going to check on how your mom is doing? Or I guess you are checking on how she's doing it, but you're doing it in probably the worst way possible. I mean, Really, how could you even be talking about your own mother like this? What is the matter with you? I just don't understand at all why you're acting like this, Ted. You really have some issues. Do you know that? I mean, honestly, what kind of person would ever talk about their own family like you are?
I would say that I actually care about my mom, but the fact of the matter is that she really just isn't that high of a priority for me. I'm just so busy with work, and I really don't have the time to keep up with every little thing that old bat does. And so anyways, all I really have time for is to keep up with what people are saying about her. But I'm not going to waste my life actually going to ask after her. I just don't have that kind of time in my life. But could you go and check on her for me? I mean, if you don't already know why it is that she had to call the ambulance in the first place, that is. I really have no idea. And this is the whole reason why I started texting you in the first place. If I did know why she needed to go and do something like that, then I never would have even sent you a message in the first place. Between you and my mom, I just don't really know who I want to talk to less. Or have you already done so? Do you know how she is? Is she still breathing? Please tell me that she's finally kicked the bucket, and that I will never, ever have to think about her again. Can you please tell me that? If you told me that my mom was finally dead, you won't have to get anything from me for the next 5 Christmases. Do you understand me? Please, I really need this.
Ted, what is the matter with you? Why are you talking about your mom's health like that? I mean, really, I do not think I know of a single person who would talk about their own parents' health this way. And the fact that you keep asking after her health, just hoping for the worst results, honestly says so much to me. I really wish you wouldn't be like this. I mean, you can be just so unpleasant sometimes. Are you really not concerned with her health at all? And I don't just mean concerned about if she's still alive or not. I want to know if you even care at all about your mom's health and well-being. Because I just can't understand why someone would want to hear that their mom died as badly as you do right now.
What is that supposed to mean? Of course I'm worried. Why else would I even bother messaging you if I wasn't worried? You really think that I'm not worried about any of this at all? Honestly, why do I have to waste my time talking with you? I just don't understand where you get off talking to me like this. You really do have a chip on your shoulder, do you know that? I know that she's just your mother-in-law, but she is still my mom, you know? And I think that you should be showing just a little more respect to me, not only as your husband, but as the son of the woman who was just hospitalized. You really do have some nerve, do you know that? Which makes me wonder, just why you're pretending to be so concerned about her health, huh? After all, here you are talking down to me about my own mother. If you could ever even care more about her than I do. You really think that you have more concern for my mother than I do for her? You really need to learn your place, do you know that? It can be so difficult to deal with sometimes.
Pretending? I'm not pretending anything. You were the one just talking about how pumped you would be to hear if your mom had died. I'm not pretending to care for her, but I think that that's all that you're concerned with, and I can safely say that I thought you really didn't seem to be worried about her at all. I am just as worried about your mom's health as I would be my health. I know that she's my stepmother, but that is one reason why I do want to make sure that she's okay. But your mom is also just a nice woman, and I would hate to hear that anything bad happened to her. I mean, I think that's just basic human empathy there, don't you think? In fact, I don't even understand how you could even say something like that to me, Ted. That really hurts my feelings. Honestly, why don't you ever think about the effect that your words have on others? Why am I always having to put up with this crappy attitude of yours? I mean, really, just why do you think that this kind of behavior is okay for an adult to have?
Oh, right. Forgot how emotional you get over this kind of things. Ugh, honestly, I don't understand how women even survive today, getting so upset over the most simple things. I should have known that I'm not even allowed to joke with you about these kind of things anymore. You're just way too sensitive about everything. You can only see me having the worst of intentions with the things that I say.
Emotion? You seriously did not just say that, right? I really hope that you're drunk or you hit your head or that you've had your phone stolen and that I'm not even talking to you right now. Because I have no idea why you think that that kind of blatant sexism is even remotely okay to pull with me. What is the matter with you?
Come on, don't go getting any more upset now. It's not my fault I know you so well. You just always wear your heart on your sleeve. You have no idea how much of an easy target that always makes yourself. Do you ever get tired of letting yourself get so riled up all the time?
why are we even talking about this when we should be focusing on your mother's health? I mean, did you forget the whole reason you texted me in the first place was because you were trying to figure out how your mom was doing? I guess if I accept that you really were just joking about what you were saying, about how you wish your mom was dead, then at the least, you should still want to know how she's doing now, isn't that right? In fact, if you really were worried, then I think that you would want to go and visit her in the hospital where she is now. So why don't you just go and think about trying to go and make some time so that you can go and see how she's doing for yourself instead of always having to check on your mom through me?
I already told you that I have a lot on my plate with work and can't. Honestly, do you think that all I have is free time on my hands? I have real adult responsibilities that I need to take care of. Why can't you ever appreciate how hard it is that I have to work for the two of us? You pretend like I don't pay attention to anything, but you're the one always overlooking all that I've done. I would go tonight, but I just have a lot of stuff that I need to work on. You wouldn't get it, but I have responsibilities that I can't just shirk and go and check on my sick mom or whatever. You really just have no idea how the world works at all, do you? And just who do you think you are always telling me what to do? You're just a housewife who doesn't even work. So don't go telling me how to live my life. If I wanted advice on how I should spend my time or what I should be doing, I certainly wouldn't be taking it from someone who sits around the home all day and doesn't even work. You have no idea the kind of things that are on my mind.
I don't see how one thing has anything to do with the other. Honestly, why do you always do this? You always have to try and find a way to spin every single thing that you say against me. And I really, really, really don't like it, Ted. What did I do to you to make you act this way towards me? I mean, shouldn't you be showing me just a little more respect? I'm your wife, for crying out loud.
Oh, just give it a rest already, would you? The fact that you're trying to change the subject tells me all that I need to know. You're saying that I always do this, but you're the one who's really always trying to change the subject and make me out to be the bad guy. Maybe if you weren't always doing this, then I wouldn't be doing the kind of things that make you so mad in the first place. Have you ever even thought about that? Anyways, can you just tell me if you think my mom's going to be around for much longer? That was literally all I wanted to know, and you had to go and do what you always do and spin this conversation into areas that has no business being in. Honestly, why can't I ask you just a simple question and have you answer it for me? I really do not understand why you're always trying to make such a big deal out of everything all the time. Don't you ever get sick of being like this?
I seriously just have nothing to say to you at this point, Ted. I mean, really, I try to be patient with you. I try to have adult conversations with you, and you just refuse to hear a single word I say if it goes against what you want reality to be like. I really don't even know what I can do to try and fix things with you at this point, but every single day, I just feel myself getting closer and closer to my breaking point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, come on! What am I even doing now? I'm asking because I'm worried. Isn't that what you wanted? You said that you were upset at me because you thought that I didn't care about my mom. But here I am asking about my mom, just like you wanted me to. I'm sorry if I'm not doing every little thing that you want me to do in the way that you want me to do them. That's just life. Got it? Well, I guess whatever happens is going to happen. Just keep an eye on her for me, okay? I got work and all that. And if she ever is really getting close to finally keeling over, let me know. That's what I really, really want to know about. Do you understand me?
Hey Jenny, really sorry to bother you, but how is Hannah doing? Is everything okay with her? I heard that she was hospitalized, but I haven't really gotten any updates about what might be going on with her since then. And I guess I'm just curious if you know at all what might be going on. I'm gonna taxi my way to the hospital to see her right now, so I guess that means that I will find out for myself in not that much time, but still. I just thought that I would ask before I get there so I didn't have to bother Hannah or the nurses or anything with any kind of bothersome questions. You know what I mean?
Hi, Harry. I can't really say for sure. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, after all. But from what I've been able to glean, it doesn't sound like she has much longer. I don't really know what else to say. They've tried explaining it all to me, the doctors, that is, but you know me. I just really can't wrap my head around that kind of thing. But anyways, either way, it sounds like things aren't exactly looking great for my mother-in-law.
Well then, I'll be sure to be there, so I can at least see her this once before. Well, I don't even want to type it out. Just thinking about it really bumming me out. Anyways, I really want to do this because Hannah was always there for me when I was a little kid. and I feel like I owe her so much. I guess you might be able to understand where I'm coming from since she's your mother-in-law and all. But yeah, I just feel like I should have been able to do more for her, and now it's too late.
I knew that you two had known each other for a while, but what exactly is the connection between you two again? Sorry, I know that you've explained this to me probably many times already, but I'm not thinking straight these days, and I was hoping you might be able to jog my memory when it comes to all of that. I hope that you can understand.
Oh, yes. Of course I understand where you're coming from. Besides, I know that it's not your job to have my whole life story memorized. I really don't mind going over this with you at all. But anyways, to go back to my story about how I know Hannah and why I feel so close to her. Well, I think you know that growing up, I didn't have the best household to be in as a kid. My dad was always drunk, so after school I would go to Ted's house to play. I'm sure I was a handful to deal with at times, but Hannah was always so welcoming. She was probably the only person I could go to about all my problems. She always gave me a place to hide from all the things in my life that were bothering me while I was growing up.
I see. She really has been such a kind person, hasn't she? In the time that I've known her as my mother-in-law, she's never been anything but welcoming to me. So I guess it really shouldn't come as a surprise at all that she's always been this way. But now that you've told me all of that, I think I can finally understand why it is that you feel so close to Hannah. Thank you for sharing that part of your life with me. I'm sorry that I've probably made you repeat the same story over and over and over again at this point.
They don't make him like her anymore, that's for sure. Also, any news from Ted? Is he there with you? I know that he's always busy with work and all of that, but I guess I'm just assuming that he would make time for this, since this is his mother that we are talking about right now after all.
Oh, no, Arthur isn't going to be coming to see Hannah. I don't really know what else to say to that. I know he's busy and all, and of course I can respect how hard he works to provide for the both of us, but still, sometimes his attitude can just really start to get under my skin, and I just don't really know how to talk to him about this anymore.
Wait, really? I just called his work and was told that he already asked to go home early for today. He was supposed to be here all day, but then he said that something came up suddenly, and anyways, he ended up taking the day off from the office today. I just assumed that he left to go and see his mom. I mean, I really couldn't think of any other reason why he would need to leave the office early today. After all, if his mom was in the hospital, it's not like he should be doing anything else but going to check on his mom in the hospital, don't you think?
He got off work early? But Arthur was telling me that he had to stay at work late tonight to work on some important projects. He never told me anything about planning to use his paid time off to take the day off work today. I really thought that he would have told me about this if he was going to see his mom, but he never told me anything about doing anything like this at all.
Well, I guess I don't really have an idea what's actually going on. I'm sorry if I'm talking about something that really isn't any of my business at all. I really don't mean to intrude on your personal life or anything like that. I just figured that since he is your husband, you would know better about where he is and what he is doing at any given moment than I would. Maybe I just misheard what his office was telling me. It is completely possible that this was just some kind of office gossip that isn't actually true. And that I just misheard and didn't actually know at all about what is going on with him at all. Again, I really didn't mean to speak about anything that isn't any of my business. Especially such a tough time as this with his mom and all.
Actually, I don't really think that Arthur cares at all what happens to her.
What? Oh, that can't be right. This is his mom that we're talking about. I'm sure that he's so scared for her.
No, I really don't think he has any interest at all in whether his mom lives or dies. I think the only thing on his mind in the moment is how much he's going to make from his inheritance once she's gone. This is the second time that Hannah had to be rushed to the hospital, and he didn't even visit her the first time either.
Wow, I had no idea that was true.
Even when she wasn't at the hospital, Arthur still never really even made an effort to visit his mom at home. Even when he did come over, he would just go up to his old room and only ever come out when it was time to eat. I just don't get what his deal is.
Yeah, that's just so surprising. I mean, who would treat their own mother like that? But then again...
What is it? Then again what?
Oh, nothing. Thought I had thought of something, but I really don't think it's anything worth mentioning. Anyways, what matters right now is Hannah, and that's who we should be focusing on. Thank you so much for being there for her now, Jenny.
You're right, we can talk about Arthur another time. But please get here quickly. I can't promise that she'll be around much longer.
I'll tell the driver to step on it.
Hey, I want you out of the house by the end of the day. Got it? Make sure you take those divorce papers and drop them off at the courthouse after you leave.
Is that what the envelope you tossed at me when you walked out the door was?
You mean you haven't even opened it to look? Well, yes, they're divorce papers. Can't stand living with you any longer. I don't even see the point. I've been patient enough to stay with you up till now, but no more. We're through, you got it?
I knew it. I knew this was always who you really were deep down. You're pathetic, you know that? I mean, don't you even have any sense of shame?
Oh, please. You want to talk to me about shame while you were more than glad to be leeching off of me all these years? I knew that I was always worth much more than you. The only reason I kept you around was to look after my mom, and that's it.
And just where were you on the day that your mom died, huh?
We've been over this already. I told you that I was busy with work to go and see her. Are you seriously still hung up on the fact that I didn't go to the hospital to watch an old woman die? My work wasn't going to do itself, you know.
And that's what you expect me to believe? That you were really busy with work?
Are you calling me a liar? I don't even know why I'm bothering to talk to you about this. This is pointless. Just get out of the house already. I never want to see you again.
I don't know what I ever saw in you, Ted.
Well, I know that I found a sucker when I married you. You took care of my mom for 8 years, and now I can pay you back with this divorce. Thanks a lot, loser.
Oh, trust me, the pleasure in getting out of this dumpster fire of a marriage is all mine.
Oh, please. I know that you're really crushed over this. You probably thought that you would have gotten to share my inheritance after all the work you put in, huh? That's why you were always pretending to care so much about my poor, sick mom. I could see right through you from the very start.
I never once thought about receiving anything from you, Mom. But I'm just glad this whole thing is going to be behind me soon.
You know that you're not happy about this. You don't have to pretend anymore. You're crushed that you have to find your way through the real world with no one to pay for you. I mean, what could an idiot like you possibly do now that you're going to be single? Who's going to buy your food or pay for the house, huh?
Well, it certainly isn't going to be you. Anyways, I have packing to do.
That's right. Just get out of here, you washed up old cow. Hey, Jenny! So what the heck is going on here, huh? How did you end up getting all my inheritance?
How did I do it? I didn't do anything. It was all distributed according to what your mom put in her will. If you're only going to be asking me stupid questions like that, I would prefer that you not contact me at all.
Wait, no, hold on. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm her only son. I should have gotten everything she had. Why'd she give it all to you? I don't get it. You must have done something or threatened her. This isn't right.
Do you really actually think that I threatened your mom? If you want to know about the will, then go talk to your mom's estate lawyer. She was there when your mom wrote it out and made sure it was all above board. I don't know why you're coming to me about this when it's the lawyer whose job it is to deal with all this.
But, I mean, I still don't understand. Why would my own mother do this to me?
You mean you really have no idea why you didn't end up with anything from your mom?
Just doesn't add up. I'm her son. I should have gotten everything. It's as simple as that. Not only that, but I'm her only living family. Dad died and I don't have siblings. Doesn't she realize that means everything should go to me? I still don't get how this happened. You stole everything from me. You had to have done something to her.
Do you really think you deserve anything from your mom after the way that you've treated her for the past 8 years? This all makes perfect sense to me, really. You have barely said a word to her over that entire time. You would visit her house just to eat her food and hide in your home like some moody teenager. And on top of all that, you never visited her either time that she was put in the hospital. How can you go on about being her only child when that's how you've been treating her?
But that isn't fair. I was really busy. I had work to do. How am I supposed to live if I don't work?
That has got to be a joke, right? You do know that we've already been living off your mom for a few years now, right? You never learned how to save money, and we were always having to borrow from her.
But that doesn't mean that I wasn't earning anything. You owe me so much more money for all that I've done for us.
This really is just sad. I can't believe that this is how you're choosing to behave over this.
You think you're so smart just because you robbed me of my inheritance? How will I let you get away with this? I'll sue you.
Really? You'll sue me? Well, you are more than welcome to try, I suppose.
That's right. I'm her son. And the only reason it seems like I was mean to my mom was because I was too busy from work and always tired. I know that once the judge hears that, he'll order you to pay me everything my mom gave you right away.
Are you still going on about your job? Well, okay then, what exactly were you working on the night that your mom died?
What? You think I remember what I was doing back then? Probably just work stuff.
And you were in the office while you were doing all this work stuff?
Well, duh. Where else do people do work? I go to the office to do my work. That's how work works. I know you never had a job before, but I didn't think I would have to explain that to you.
Well, that just strikes me as interesting because I have it on good authority that you asked to be let out early that night. You weren't in the office the night that your mom went to the hospital for the last time, and you could have gone to visit her.
Wait, no, I mean, I was going to go to the hospital, but then I didn't make it in time.
Oh, really? Because when I called you and asked you to come see her, you said that you were still at work. So, were you on your way to see her, or were you still at work?
I was on my way to see her. I only said I was at work because I wanted to surprise you both and cheer my mom up.
You mean you wanted to try and give your mom a shock while she was in such a fragile state?
No, of course not. I just wanted to try and liven up the mood. I'm sure that everyone was really grim that night, right? I just thought that maybe a surprise visit from her son was just what she would need to turn her health around.
And if you were to sue me, that's really what you would tell the court?
Yes?
Well, let me go ahead and tell you that you're just asking to embarrass yourself if you do that. Just be real with me. What were you doing that took you out of the office but kept you from visiting your mom?
Okay, it's true that I wasn't in the office that night, but I was really doing stuff for work. I just had an important meeting with a client that I couldn't miss under any circumstances. But I really was going to try to make it to the hospital the moment that the interview was over.
I see. And who was this person that you were meeting with? Do you have any proof that this actually happened?
I would tell you, but it was part of a top secret work project, and I'm not allowed to tell people who aren't involved.
Okay then, can you at least tell me where you met this person?
Well, it was at a restaurant near my office.
A restaurant open that late? Sounds to me like you went to a bar. And if it was near your office, it's probably that bar with all the young hostesses, isn't it? Don't answer that, by the way. I've already called them to confirm.
Did you really do all this digging into me?
I didn't do much, actually. But Harry was the one who found out that you had left work earlier than you had told me. Later that night, he called the bar and asked if you had stopped by, and they said you had.
So this is all Harry's fault? That little rat. I thought that him and I used to be friends. How could he do this to me?
Harry also told me that you had taken him to this bar before and were obsessed with a waitress named Mary. He told me that when he called the bar, he was told that it was Mary's birthday that night. I don't believe you, Ted. You really put this waitress's birthday before visiting your own dying mother in the hospital?
No, wait, you don't understand. I already promised her that I would be there for her birthday. Of course I would have gone to the hospital otherwise.
Yeah, I'm sure that you would have. By the way, did you really spend $20,000 at the bar that night?
Is it really that much?
You probably thought that you were going to be getting money from your mom and were just buying everyone drinks, weren't you? Harry told me about how you were bragging about being on the verge of coming into some serious money and kept buying rounds for everyone.
Okay, I'll tell you the whole truth. It's true that I was really looking forward to getting the inheritance from my mom. I realized that I shouldn't have done that though, and it was wrong of me.
Okay, and?
And so, maybe you could give me some of that money that she left to you? I mean, you know how much I spent at the bar. I'm flat broke right now. I need that cash.
You spent money when you didn't have any, and that's my fault? Besides, we're divorced, remember? Why should I have to give you anything?
No, please! I really am sorry for everything. I was wrong. I see that now.
You have had 8 years to see that now, and you're only seeing it now that you're facing the consequences of your actions? Besides, I'm not the one that you should be apologizing to. Your mom died without ever hearing the words, "I'm sorry," leave your mouth. I gave you so many chances to get closer to your mom and be there for her like I was, but you never did. If you want someone to blame, go look in a mirror. After that, Arthur realized that he was going to be swimming in debt and fled town. I heard that as he was leaving, he called his girlfriend from the bar, Mary, and invited her to run away with him. He explained all that had happened, but once Mary realized it meant Arthur didn't have any money, she blocked his number. Apparently, Arthur came back to town to try and talk to Mary face to face, but when he got there, the police were waiting to arrest him for fleeing his debts and they took him away. I'm sure that Arthur really regrets his actions now, but it's more than too late for any of that. As for me, I'm trying to rebuild my life and enter the workforce. Thankfully, Harry knew some people who were hiring for a nursing service and told them I had years of experience. To me, nursing is about giving back to the people that helped build the world that we live in today. It may not be perfect, but it still feels good to give back.
Hey, what's going on?
What do you mean?
Is it true that you have triplets? Did you really give birth to them?
Huh? Of course, I gave birth to them myself. What about it?
How can you have children?
What kind of question is that? I'm perfectly capable of having children.
We tried for 5 years and couldn't have any kids.
And?
That's why I divorced you and I kicked you out.
You didn't kick me out. We divorced mutually.
You were supposed to be defective.
Excuse me? Defective?
This doesn't make sense, does it?
The only thing that doesn't make sense is you.
What do you mean?
This proves that you were the cause of the infertility, doesn't it?
That's impossible.
Oh, but maybe it's too early to say that definitively.
Of course it is. There's no way I'm the problem.
We haven't done any clear test after all.
Exactly. So don't jump to conclusions.
But the fact that I was actually able to have children and even gave birth to triplets means that, by process of elimination, the problem is likely with you.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. I'm stating facts.
There's no way I could be the problem.
And why is that?
I'm in perfect health and have never been sick.
Being healthy doesn't necessarily mean you're fertile.
Of course it does.
You said the same thing back then and refused to get tested, didn't you?
Because it wasn't necessary.
No matter how many times I asked, you absolutely wouldn't do it.
Because I knew I wasn't the problem.
But now that it's come to this, why don't you get tested just in case?
Can't do something so humiliating.
It's not humiliating, it's responsible.
A man going to a gynecologist?
It's called an andrologist when it's for men.
Paying a lot of money for tests.
Your health and your marriage are worth it, aren't they?
We had to endure humiliating days because of you two.
What are you talking about?
Being called a defective man and all sorts of horrible things that hurt me.
I never called you defective. You called me that.
Shut up!
You're the one who brought this up.
Don't get cocky just because you had kids before us.
I'm not being cocky. I'm trying to help you understand the situation.
If I really try, I can have kids right away.
It doesn't work like that.
Emily's in her 20s, much younger than you.
Age isn't always the determining factor.
Not like an old hag. Young girls will get pregnant easily.
That's a very simplistic view of fertility.
Just watch.
Watch what?
I'll announce her pregnancy soon.
Jack, please be reasonable about this.
What should I do?
About what?
The test results show that I'm the cause of the infertility.
Huh? You actually got tested?
Yes.
Even though you were so against it before.
I just did it to kill time.
Sure you did.
Work wasn't busy, so I had some free time.
And?
I took the test and it turns out that it's my fault.
I see. How do you feel about that?
They said my body's almost incapable of conceiving.
Oh my.
Even with fertility treatment, the chances are very low.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What should I do?
Well, first you need to accept the reality of the situation.
I never expected results like this.
Most people don't. But now that you know, you need to take action.
What kind of action?
Well, you should hurry and tell Emily.
I can't do that.
You have to, and your parents too.
It's impossible.
Why is it impossible?
There's no way I can say something like that.
But you have to. They need to know the truth.
My parents will be so disappointed.
They might be at first, but they're your parents. They'll understand.
I'm their only son and I can't have children.
There are other options, like adoption or advanced fertility treatments.
They were looking forward to having grandchildren so much.
I know, but hiding the truth won't help anyone.
But I can't keep hiding it, can I?
No, you can't. It will only make things worse.
Emily's already being pressured by your parents to get pregnant soon.
Exactly. That's why you need to tell them.
She's being blamed and bullied for your issues, and it's affecting her mental health.
That's terrible. You need to stand up for her. That's why I'm telling you to come clean.
But I still can't say it.
Why not? It's the right thing to do.
Besides, it's already too late for so many reasons.
Huh? What do you mean it's too late?
Well, my parents really want grandchildren soon.
I know, but that doesn't change the facts.
They're super harsh with Emily. They won't stop asking why she's not pregnant despite being so young.
All the more reason to tell them the truth.
We've been forced to start fertility treatments.
What?
They told her to focus on getting pregnant instead of having fun, and even took away her smartphone.
That's horrible. How could you let that happen?
They're using Emily's money to buy expensive fertility supplements without her permission.
That's financial abuse.
They're treating her almost like a housekeeper, saying she's not a real wife until she gets pregnant.
That's even worse than what happened to me.
I know.
Your wife is going through such a terrible time, and you're not helping her?
But I thought it was her fault for not getting pregnant.
And now you know it's not, so you need to help her.
I never thought the problem would be with me.
Well, now you know. So what are you going to do about it?
This can't be happening.
But it is happening. You need to face it.
I can't possibly tell them that I'm the cause in this situation. I can't!
You have to. It's your responsibility.
God damn it to hell! What should I do?
I've already told you what to do. Tell the truth.
But
No buts, just do it.
I can't!
I don't care anymore.
What?
Just hurry up and tell everyone the truth.
But my reputation.
Your reputation isn't worth your wife's suffering.
Nothing good will come from hiding this, will it?
Exactly. So stop hiding.
As a man, I should have the courage to say it, shouldn't I?
That's right. Be a man and take responsibility.
This is the worst. Seriously.
What happened?
I thought I was the problem for not getting pregnant, so I endured all the crap they threw at me.
Oh no.
I put up with all the bullying and financial abuse.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
But it turns out Jack was the cause of the infertility all along.
Oh my, so you finally told everyone?
Huh? The reaction.
What about it?
Did you already know, sis?
I only found out recently.
How?
He couldn't accept the results and contacted me in a desperate panic.
So, he's been hiding this from me for a while?
Yes, it seems so.
I was starting to think better of him because he suddenly started helping me.
I see. What changed?
But today, while I was cleaning his room, I found the test results.
Ah, so that's how you found out.
I confronted him and he finally confessed.
Oh, so he didn't reveal it on his own?
No, he didn't. Can you believe it?
What a pathetic man, as always.
To think he knew he was the cause and still blamed me for the infertility.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry, Emily.
This is the worst.
I understand you're upset. What are you going to do?
I'm divorcing him.
Already? Are you sure?
I can't take this stressful life in the city anymore.
Huh? You're breaking up already?
Yes, I am. Why do you sound surprised?
Even though you finally found your ideal man who ticked all your boxes?
Well, he sure as hell doesn't tick him anymore. He's the worst.
I see. I get that. It must really be tough for you.
It is. I'll divorce him and get a big settlement like you did, sis.
About that.
What? Don't tell me I can't get a good settlement.
I'm sorry, but that might be difficult.
Why? Sis, you got a lot, didn't you?
Well, yes, but our situations are different.
How so? You got enough from the asset distribution to buy an apartment, right?
Yes, but there's something you need to understand about asset distribution.
What's that?
It's calculated based on the amount you both earned during the marriage.
Oh?
I was married for 5 years, but you've been married for less than a year.
But that's not fair! I've suffered so much!
I know, and I'm sorry. You can claim compensation for emotional distress, but I hear it's quite difficult to get more than the standard amount.
I've been hurt so much, and I can only get a paltry sum of money for it? That's unacceptable.
I understand you're frustrated, but that's often how these things work legally.
In that case, I'll have to use other methods.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not the type who pays people back tenfold when I'm wrong, and I am not letting this slide.
Emily, please don't do anything rash.
Too late, sis. I've already taken action.
What did you do?
You'll see soon enough. Everyone will.
Emily, what have you done?
Help me, Sarah.
Huh? What's going on now?
Everything's a mess now.
What happened? Did you get into a physical fight over the divorce or something?
I wish it was just a fight.
What do you mean?
That woman, she plastered my diagnosis results all over town.
What? Emily did that?
She even sent tons of emails to my company.
Oh no.
And she included videos and photos of her being abused along with it.
This is getting out of hand.
I can't go to work anymore.
My, she's causing even more trouble than I imagined.
My parents were rushed to the hospital when they found out about my infertility being public knowledge.
That's terrible. Are they okay?
At the hospital, everyone's giving me weird looks and jeering at me. God, this is horrible.
I'm sorry you're going through this, but
I'm desperately trying to convince everyone that this is all a crazy fabrication on my wife's part.
Jack, it's not a fabrication. It's the truth, isn't it?
But I can't admit to it now. It's too humiliating.
Just give up and tell everyone everything.
If I do that, my position and reputation will be ruined.
Your reputation is already in tatters. The truth might actually help at this point.
That's why I absolutely need to make everyone believe this is all fabricated. Yep, it's all nothing but a big, stinky, pathetic lie.
That's not going to work, Jack.
You need to help me too, Sarah.
Help you how?
Give me one of your children right now.
What? What are you talking about now?
You have triplets, so one less won't matter, right?
Are you out of your mind?
If I have a child, the rumors about my infertility will disappear.
That's not how it works.
We can also dispel the abuse rumors by showing everyone my doting father's side. 2 birds with 1 stone. Boom!
This is insane. You can't be serious.
Just need a child right now.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. I'm desperate.
There's no way I'd give my precious child to you.
Shut up!
No, you shut up and listen to reason.
This all happened because of your sister.
No, this happened because of your lies and mistreatment.
So you need to take responsibility too.
I don't need to take responsibility for your actions.
It must be tough for an old hag over 30 to raise triplets.
Don't you dare call me an old hag.
Your children's burden will decrease, and I'll get my long-awaited child. Everyone's happy.
My children are not bargaining chips.
It should be a win-win situation for both of us.
There's nothing win-win about this situation.
Come on, just give me one kid.
What do you take me for?
What?
My husband and I will raise all our children properly.
But
Besides, you don't deserve to have children.
how dare you?
A scumbag like you shouldn't reproduce.
What did you say?
You heard me. You've always been a selfish man who only cares about self-preservation.
That's not true.
You didn't help your wife when she was being bullied because of you, always prioritizing yourself.
I didn't know.
Someone like you doesn't have the right to be a parent.
You can't decide that.
Children are delicate beings that need to be protected, even if it means sacrificing yourself.
I could do that.
Someone who doesn't understand that should never contact me again.
Hey, wait!
What now?
Are you really abandoning me?
I'm not abandoning you. I'm removing myself from this toxic situation.
You won't help me?
No, I won't. You need to face the consequences of your actions.
But we have a history together.
History that you've repeatedly disrespected and trampled on.
I'm sorry, okay? I'll do better.
It's too late for that.
Please, I'm begging you.
You're not worth helping, and I don't care anymore.
How can you say that?
I don't want to be involved with my sister or you ever again.
But we're family.
No, we're not. Not anymore.
You just can't cut us off like this.
Watch me. Well then, please resolve your marital issues between yourselves.
But,
I'm no longer family to you. Goodbye, Jack.
Sarah, wait!
I hear that Jack and Emily are still discussing their divorce, but they're still fighting a lot. It seems the conversation is still going in circles, with Jack saying, "What you did is defamation. I'll sue you for damages." And Emily responding, "You're the one who's wrong for blaming me for your infertility. I won't apologize or pay anything." Meanwhile, Jack's mother is desperately going around trying to fix the whole train wreck of a situation, saying it's all fabricated and my son doesn't have any fertility issues. But this is only making people more suspicious and adding fuel to the fire. Jack is furious about this, and I hear that fights are breaking out all over their shared home every day. It's basically a war zone at this point.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.